Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, once again, it's showtime. Hi, guys. So, might be a little low energy, because right now I'm getting pre-migraine visual effects over here on the side of my visual cortex. It shouldn't really affect things, because I normally get, if any, headache at all after my migraine visuals. A minor, mild, at very worst, moderate headache. So it shouldn't matter. Other than in the short term, I've got some weird visual effects over here on the right side of my field of view. You may note I'm now wearing glasses. Virtual me. I got those for the drops, Twitch drops over the last couple weeks, and I just used them to get them out of my inventory. And hey, kind of like the look. So we're going to keep that until we actually get a better headgear. And maybe after that. Let's play. So the plan for today was to work on map completing that first map, which, by the way, I want to make completely clear. If you watched yesterday or the previous day's stream on VOD, by no means necessary. I could move on to another map, no problem. It is just part of my anal retentiveness that I like to kind of do that in my own way because I'm crazy.
Speak quickly.
Let's see. We currently have the Signet of Inspiration. Would we rather have the Signet of Domination? Sure. Not really Condi damage. My current skills are not condition damage on the spear. So we will instead go with the stun break. 2 stun breaks? Put the stun break on 7.
Our deeds are reflected in the dream.
I'm not sure about this.
I have 3 silver and 96 copper awaiting. I have to get that. I mean, I have to invest it into the market. Good evening, presumably, to whomever has joined me. Hi. Welcome. So the plan is to work on finishing up the first map. The starting map for the human. And probably going to get interrupted in maybe half an hour-ish when we hit level 20, and that'll open up the second chapter of the personal story. I believe that is the carnival or the circus. We join the circus. What's not to love about that? All right, we were here. So we'll do that, and then when we finish with that, assuming we still have time, and I think we will. See, I even have another pair of the sunglasses for the next time I get a headgear improvement.
Centaurs swarmed the garrison and cut me off from my unit. What happened?
I believe we have, yeah. We have another scout, and this should be the 3rd scout we've talked to, so that should be an XP buff.
Shaymore Garrison is all that stops this.
Thanks. Yep, and that was worth more XP. Not a bunch.
More people should learn to bargain.
POI. Kill a rat. Straighten up the documents. Kill a rat. Straighten up the documents. Now you can interrupt and still get credit for the document by doing a weapon swap if you're in a class that allows you to weapon swap. Swapping weapons completed. More XP. That was worth like a third of a level. Excuse me. We must have hit, yep, the daily login. These are the dailies. Dailies give 10 points each. Finishing off 4 dailies gives you a gold and 20 astral acclaim. I will also note you can change the settings by default. I think the daily is 2 PvE, 2 PvP, and 2 World v World achievements. And I've set mine to be all PvE because I have played like 2 games of PvP ever and only have done enough World v World to get the gift of battle for making legendary items. So. So it's definitely, unless you're big on PvP or World v World, and do it regularly, certainly for a new player, the PvE one is the way to go. And then the weeklies, I believe, reward like 40 points each and like 450 points if you finish 4 of the 6 weeklies. I think that's the number. Let me double check. It's 4 out of the 6 dailies. The weekly is 6 out of 8 then? Yeah, I guess 6 out of 8. And the specials are other stuff that can be done. Usually having to do with like new content, that kind of thing. Art complete. We're almost to level 18. You can't see it, but underneath my handsome, distinguished face, the numbers are 9 with a down arrow and 17. 17 is the current level. 9 is my acting level. The game will down level you to lower level areas, but I have got all these extra skills and stats on my gear and everything, so it's still pretty easy.
Wrong choice.
Eat my dust! Take that!
Doesn't matter, I have all these dies. And because there's only 3 dies that ever show up there, everyone chooses one of those 3 dies for their characters, and they're worthless. So we will just salvage it. Gives us pigments, which are used in one of the crafting disciplines. The most expensive of the crafting disciplines, the one that's basically for guilds. Alright, our objective is to get up here to the top. There is a vista, which we will grab. There's also a hero point tucked away in a cave back here. I'll take the sludge and get back on my mount. Because what you have to do to actually get the hero point is consume the sludge. Which, given the fact that those critters, the Ettins, are the ones who just stole it from, it is a pretty heroic thing. Sludge. Hero point. You will occasionally get this message. Ignore this right here. That is a DPS overlay. Telling you there are a few players in this map. If you'd like to swap maps, you'll get a buff. And you get like a 10-minute XP and Magic Find buff, I think. Basically, that map was not very full, and that's how they have what is called a mega server architecture, which basically means every time one of these maps gets close to full, let's say of this particular map, the Queensland map, what they'll do is they'll spin up another instance of the map and put all the new players going in there. And when a map has fewer players, they'll do what I just did, and the players will leave, and then they close that instance of the map. And that's what keeps the game feeling so live, is basically they have as many instances of each map as is comfortable for the current player base in that map. Kind of clever. This will be my daily requisition. I've been playing for a long time, and one of the things you can get is a requisition board that'll send you some stuff every day, and you have some control over the stuff that's sent. That's all crafting materials. The reason the one batch of stuff didn't get picked up, didn't get automatically deposited, I should say, is because I have already the maximum number I have space for in my crafting stuff.
Pick up a rifle and get in formation.
Okay.
Remember, don't release
This is another heart
until the order is given.
where you have to do specific, one of like 3 specific activities. This is the easiest one. You talk to the guy, the sergeant, you pick up a rifle, and then you look at the target, and when he says take aim, you hold down the 1 button until he says fire. He'll say hold between 1 and 3 times.
Hold.
Fire.
Fire.
And then you let go. And
Pick
you
up a
just have to
rifle
do
and
that
get in
like
formation.
8, 9 times.
Don't
It's
release
it's
your
the
shot until
least
order is given.
interesting part in the game. But
Take aim.
it's fine. Take aim, you just hold down 1.
Pick up a training sword if you want to train.
Hold.
Wouldn't want anyone getting hurt.
It's boring.
Hold.
Oh, by the way, I did ding to level 18.
Fire.
2 to go, and we'll do the second chapter
bad
of
at
the
all.
storyline.
Let's keep at it.
The circus is coming to town. Take aim.
Take aim.
See? Hold.
Hold. Fire.
Haha, he thought he could fool me by only going with 1 hold.
Bad.
Not bad at all. Let's keep at it. Take aim.
Take aim.
Yeah. So I hope your
Hold.
Tuesday has gone well. Mine's been
Hold.
pretty quiet. And the visuals are gone from my
Fire.
upcoming migraine, which may not even be detectable
Not bad
by
at
me.
all.
Way too slow.
Let's keep at it.
Try attacking me as I lower my guard.
I'd say maybe half the time I don't even get a recognizable headache, and the other half I get a really mild
Take
headache.
aim.
So I am a lucky one. I know that. When it comes to migraines, I have friends who have the utterly debilitating ones. And I don't.
Hold.
But I do. But the first time I got those visual effects, man, I thought I was having a stroke.
Getting hurt.
Fire. Not bad. Not bad at all. Let's keep at it.
Visual effects sounds like, well, that should be fun.
Take aim.
Now, sometimes I get it right in the center of my field of view, and I can't read or anything for 10, 15 minutes.
Come on. That's way too slow.
Hold.
Try attacking me as I lower my guard.
Fire?
My sister's family
Fire.
is coming down from
We should go there and
3 more, I think. We're almost done.
Bad.
or worse.
Not
It's,
bad at all.
like I said, it is
Let's keep at it.
really not an interesting one. Sergeant, how about I take aim?
Take aim. Hold.
Good idea.
Fire. Not bad.
Not
Not
bad
bad
at
at
all.
all. Let's keep at it.
The other two things you can do, the other two sort of military training things you can do, they actually take significantly longer
aim.
and are harder.
Hold.
I mean, this one basically is if you can,
Hold.
you don't even have to be able to hear. You can
Hold.
read it say fire.
Fire.
As long as you can see or hear,
Not bad.
you can get this one
Not bad
done.
at all. Let's keep at it.
One of them's about like blocking with the sword and shield,
Take aim.
and the other one is about using the. I guess the one is shield, blocking with the shield. The other one is
Hold.
striking against a shield with the sword. Neither one of which has anything really to do with the game any more than this does. So this is the easiest and fastest. So always do this one and fire,
Fire.
and the crowd goes wild.
Not bad. Not bad at all. Let's keep at it.
Another event. They're headed towards the little town we were just in. Another player. That was not helpful to progression on this heart. In this one, it is killing centaurs, destroying their stuff, and helping the people in the area where possible. Are they doing the attack? No, they're not doing the attack.
Tent on your corpse.
They're going to do something on my corpse. I didn't quite make it out, but it's probably not something I want done to my corpse. Another Mesmer player. This one, if there are other players around, can be a difficult heart to do because a lot of the stuff, well, if you're running around and you're killing stuff and other players are killing stuff and people aren't being very careful to make sure that they check around, see if there's anyone else who's also doing it. Nobody else is over here. I'll finish it off. They'll respawn. But if everyone is running around just instantly murdering everything, it can take quite a while because you have to wait for mob respawns and everything. If, however, there's the attack going on in this little, and there is, this can make things go much faster. 4 waves. Come on, guys. You're supposed to attack. There they are. This makes it faster again. It's one of those cases where double dipping, where an event can give you both event XP and progress, makes things a lot faster. Next wave coming. I'm the only one here. And I'm the only one here. Event was successful. I got a silver. We're almost done with this heart. Good evening, dude. Just let me whack these guys. Might be enough. I missed. Hit the weapon rack. We'll kill the Tamini, and that should be it. Go hard complete.
Refreshing.
Give me just a second. I need to mute the bot. And the bot is banned. Maybe it's just me, but I resent that they're so lazy about it. Seeing the exact same words on what's purporting to be a fellow creator kind of kills the buzz, you know? Hey, I like your content. Maybe my contact, too. Another level. We are now at level 19. Seen a new script? And can read chat and respond. Read chat and respond? What do you think this is, a stream? So we will buzz around doing stuff here, continuing to work on map completion. Until we hit 20. I don't think we'll be quite done by then. And then we're off to do the next chapter of the storyline. The circus awaits. There's the Abbey / brewery. Grab that. There's a POI here. We'll grab that. A waypoint. We'll grab that. Look at that, just XP just rolling in. POI, we'll grab that. Maybe I should stop grabbing. Talk to the NPC, they'll give me some free beer. I get to try out some free beer. It's delicious. I think it'll be a big hit. Yeah, I'm just making that up. Because, hey, they gave me free beer and I want to be nice.
I feel strong.
Always be nice to people with free beer. I don't have a whole lot of rules in life, but that would be one of them. I get betting this is a new player, because they don't seem to know that these tails, for instance,
I feel strong.
we can each pull them and get a grub to get XP towards the heart. Now that I have a second, while I wait for those to respawn, I was going to spend some more hero points. I'm going to hold on to them because we're at level 21. Our first line of specializations will open up, and I'll be putting in points for that.
A couple of handfuls in the keg give a light fruity tone. Now ask no more.
I wasn't asking.
Good. Because my lips are...
How do I feel about free candy? It may or may not involve a van. We talking about a van without windows? Because obviously no windows is the way to go with that kind of van. Oh, they killed it before I got to it. Pick up ale keg. Am I supposed to bring that to somebody? Fight centaurs, recover stolen elk. Yeah, probably have to return it to one of these two, or possibly the heart vendor. I do wish they would make that uniform and that it was always the heart NPC. Because otherwise, you do what I just did and you run around.
By Balthazar's hounds, how are you?
And I'm not getting anywhere here.
May the Six watch over you.
I have no idea where I'm supposed to take this. I'm supposed to take it to somebody, but I do to help brew tasting. I did that. Got it. Okay, he is not one of the people I'm supposed to give that to. I have no idea who that is, so I have just dropped it. All right, grub pulling time, which really does sound dirtier than I intended.
Eat my dust!
They ran off again. Don't you want grub? I really enjoy some good grub, you know?
Armored up.
Just a thought. More for me then.
Even if it's disgruntled. The thing is, they also make allowances for you can get credit for thumping centaurs, which is good if the centaur event is going. Otherwise, there's just a few of them you can spawn out here that you can actually get progress for.
I feel strong.
But not a bunch. So it's one of the hearts that can take a while. If the event's not running, yeah, like that one wasn't within radius, so I didn't get any advancement credit for that. But even if you just wait around for respawns on the grub tails, it's not too terrible. It's just not tidy as I would like, you know?
Strong. Eat my dust.
And this should be the last. There we go. Heart complete. We'll leave the grub. Make sure somebody else gets their grub. I hate to get in the way of somebody else's grub. There's a POI over here. And we've got a couple hearts nearby. POI. Ride through here. The waypoint. Check on this. Looks like it's already in the possession of us, the good guys. This one often trades possession between the centaurs and the humans. You can either defend when the centaurs are attacking or attack when the centaurs hold it. But in this case, we kind of have to go seeking out the centaur in their camp, which is tucked away back here in the corner. We'll let go the human slave. The centaur enslave the humans. This is kind of why we and the centaurs don't get along all that great, you know. Dude, I'm right here. The slave's just walking away, and you're going after the slave. They're just...
I feel strong.
I do like an auto-critting skill, you know. Another slave over here. Be free, my brother. Go. It does appear that I've managed to dodge the headache part of the migraine. So, that's good news for me.
Armored up.
Yeah, don't stand there and go, woohoo, maybe run away. I don't think I will be broken, actually.
Live on.
They seem to have a very high opinion of themselves.
I will live on.
It's to kill rising.
My urge to kill is rising. And I need to get a better handle on that. It's not one of those skills that you can start and then release to make it go. It goes on its own good time. Art complete. So you have to have good timing to be able to sort of lead the skill correctly. Did we miss anything over there? No, I don't think so. All right, down here.
Eat my dust.
Actually, don't bother to eat my dust. It's completely optional. Can you auto-target? Sort of. There are two methods of targeting. There is the standard tab targeting, which I use for very difficult content. But for the more casual content, I use what's called the action cam. Now, if you ever played, well, a fair number of games, but the only one that springs to mind immediately for me is Neverwinter. Not Neverwinter Nights, Neverwinter. Basically, you see the white dot in the center of my field of view. That is my focus points for attack, and it will auto-target if they're on or about the little white dot. When you are using tab targeting, it has the standard hold down the right mouse button to control the camera, like this, right? But if you're in action cam, you just move the mouse to move the camera. So now I'm just using one finger and I'm moving the mouse back and forth. I'm pressing no buttons. So for casual play, I prefer this, which is the action camera. Occasionally there are some sort of mini games in the game that almost, if not require, they should require. I think they do. But for instance, right now, this is all with the action cam. And that's what I use for when I'm just, playing for fun, not doing any serious stuff.
Humans aren't the only people harassed by the centaurs.
That's true. So in this case, if it's close to my center of my field of view, I can just use the skill and it will target. So for instance, I come off of this. You notice how it lights up, the cursor lights up, and the spider is highlighted? That's because it's targeted. But generally, and it's a toggle. I have it turned off. I've now turned it back off. It was on. Now you can see my cursor is back, and to turn, I have to hold down the right mouse button to successfully turn. I know, for instance, PvPers and World v. Worlders never use the action cam. I don't think raiders do. But for basic gameplay, especially solo gameplay, yeah, it should be just fine.
Eat my dust!
So right now, basically, if you can see the cursor, I'm not in action camera mode. But now we're back in action cam. If the little white dot is in the center of the screen, action
Eat
cam.
my dust!
If you can see my cursor, not action cam. Regular cam. For the Tamini! Or possibly the tahini if you're making hummus. I think in a lot of ways, the action cam is better for new players who are not MMO players, in that it's a bit more intuitive. But if you're an MMO player, it's not intuitive because you're used to doing it the other way. You're used to, right click to move the camera. But this was sort of the default version, or actually the only way I think you can play in Neverwinter, and so for me, that's the easiest way to describe it. And that's how I could, when I first tried it, when they introduced it to the game, for me it was, oh, this works like Neverwinter. Let's see if we can. There's the POI. We'll try and get the hero point without disturbing the veteran chieftains who are jerks.
Eat my dust!
Veteran mobs are significantly tougher than non-veteran mobs, so you don't just get progression from killing the centaurs. You can also do it by talking to the Ettins and either convincing them to go charging off and fight, or by fighting them yourself if they don't find your argument convincing.
There's one to remember me by!
Stun break. Shatter. Shatter, shatter. Shaubi. Art complete. Ooh, so close. So where are we on map completion? We are at 82%. There's a whole bunch in here, but it also is one of the most tedious and unpleasant hearts in the game. For instance, we talk to the tortured soul, and he shows us what's tormenting him, which is that shade.
Strong.
And we get progress from the shade, but not from the skelk that also attacked. But you'll note how little progress we actually got. And that's the problem with this heart, is most of the things you do for progress, only one person can get credit for. We dinged 20 in there. I'll put on this ring. We have 17 tiny supply bags. Lots of little crafting mats there. If I can remember, after we finish the second chapter of the personal story, which we're going to be doing right now, I will try to do a little bit of crafting. For a couple reasons. It gives you XP. Pretty much everything you do gives you XP. But also, there are achievements for it in the adventure guide. And that, of course, gives you more XP. We have a pistol, and the current pistol we have equipped. Oh, no, 188 and 223. It's better than the old one. Now, we just got a new item of attire, and as I've shared before, one of my standard things to do while leveling is anytime I get a new item of attire, I randomly re-dye the whole thing. That's kind of gross. I'm good with that. We have wine, life's blood, and sour apple.
So, Bruca, how is that whole praying to a bunch of invisible beings working out?
But we have to check in with Logan in Divinity's Reach for Chapter 2 of the storyline.
Yes, it's a terrific structure to be
And the green star shows where you currently are in the story. We're off to the circus. Seriously. The game can be whimsical at times, but it very rarely gets quite as, say, slapsticky as WoW can get sometimes. That's not necessarily a slam against WoW. As, you know, there's some funny stuff going on in WoW. But they're willing to take it a little further in WoW and get a little more slapsticky.
You're just in time. Minister Conicus says there's a child missing.
Look at the
As part
beard.
of my community outreach program,
Look at the
ministry
beard.
officials treated a group of orphans to a day at the carnival.
This man
One
is
of the boys wandered
evil.
off, and
He is
now we can't
possessed by a
find him.
demonic
Poor
beard.
guy.
It's clear he's
I can
evil.
help search for him, Minister.
Good. I leave this in your hands, then. Since Captain Thackeray has such faith in you, so do I. I need to get back to the ministry. We'll talk again soon.
The boy's name is Garand. He's 10 years old and wearing a red shirt. I've got Seraph out
Garen,
searching
he's
too.
they named a rifle
Never
after
seen
him.
Conicus so worried. Must be concerned for his political career.
I hope the boy's all right. I'll start by asking around at the carnival. Maybe someone saw him.
The circus has a performance every afternoon. If you head down there and talk to the entertainers,
Are Neon?
you might find someone who can tell us more.
So Kid is missing, and we're off to the circus. Please insert your own Calliope music here. Doot, 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 doot. Teleporting inside a city is free. Within the city, not like outside. Free rapid transit. Very, very advanced. Demonic beard. Oh, yes, you've heard of these things. They teach this at school. Not as much as they should, clearly. Hey, Miss T. Hope your day was not unmanageably cold. Hope it was manageably cold. No, that's not right. I hope it was manageable. The Floating Griswhirl. Now, I'll note that as an example of how they will weave narratives through the game sometimes, the Floating Griswhirl shows up in one of the Asura first chapter storylines, where Teo, a bad guy, is trying to win a contest, and her contest entry is the Floating Griswhirl.
Father, if you get tired at all, you must
It's Petra
It's so healing.
and her father.
Oh, Petra, you worry too much. I'm fine.
Yes, Father. Let me know if you need anything.
We saw them in chapter 1. Petra was the one wielding the stick the size of a huge oar and beating the crap out of people. Oh, Len's Light Twister. Father's feeling much better today. I thought we'd come here to see the show and raise his spirits. What are you doing here? I'm here on official business. Logan asked me to. Oh, look, it's starting. It's so exciting. I can hardly wait. Enjoy yourself. We'll catch up after the show. Here comes the show. Yes, my beard, by the way, is not demonic. It's not angelic.
Boys and girls,
It's kind of
welcome to the Carnival Gambad.
neutral.
I'm afraid our clown couldn't make it. He was feeling kind of funny. Instead, I
The
have
clown was feeling
pre-selected
funny.
some of our most
Get it?
impressive performers to
Move closer.
entertain you. Stand back and prepare to be amazed.
Amazed. It is Boris the Beast, well known as having the worst Russian/Slavic accent.
Boris, the beast, the strongest man in Tyria.
Really, it's not a great
I can
Slavic
make
accent.
anything. I need volunteer. Any of you sturdy-looking men in audience care to come up here?
Am I sturdy looking?
Me! Watch this, sweetie.
I don't think I'm sturdy looking in that outfit, gotta say.
You there, mister. I'm so humble. Come up on this stage.
I am playing PoE 2 off stream still. I've changed builds. I've moved to
Only the finest
a Witch, Infernalist, ED Contagion Minions build. I don't want to take out my frustrations with the game on the people who are watching my stream.
Not even a mark. Better get some exercise.
I don't like
sonny
being
boy. Now, witness
so negative
incomparable feat
while I'm
of
playing a game
strength.
on stream. I just don't think it's fair. Yay! There are parts of Guild Wars 2, of PoE 2 that work and I enjoy, and they do keep bringing me back. But the parts that frustrate me,
With my sixth sense, I shall look into the future.
so much of what
Trust Madame
a
Gilda.
game has to have points of friction.
Wait.
I get that.
I'm sensing something.
But if friction
A
becomes
very
frustration,
powerful energy
you're
coming
failing in
from
your job as a
someone
game designer.
In the audience, I sense someone with a gentle spirit, but a fierce temper. A name that starts with P?
Hey, that sounds like you, Petra.
Me? Oh my goodness. Maybe she sees a handsome man in my future.
Hey, Petra, come on, I'm right here.
I foresee that
No
you
reason
will
to be mean
inspire
like that.
others Through dark times. Good luck to you, my dear. My sixth sense grows weary, and I must rest. Thank you all. If you wish to know your fortune, come by my tent later. And cross my palm with coin.
I always trust a psychic who requires money for the readings.
Armored up.
And here comes Chakravarti, the Serpent Master.
Keep your distance, please. The pernicious viper is one of the deadliest species in Tyria.
Eat my
it's
dust.
10 times more venomous than a cave spider. 20 times more aggressive than... Hey, Wrigley, get back here. Hey, that's not supposed to happen.
Wrigley. They named a baseball stadium after him.
Someone help! He'll kill us all! Thank you. I mean, all part of the act, folks.
I one-shotted
Just
a
one
snake.
of Madame Gilda's illusions. Yes, just an illusion. Poor Wrigley.
Aww. All right, time for the Circus Meister to come back. There he is.
That's all, folks. Thank you for visiting the Carnival Gambad. Be sure to purchase our newest souvenir, the Floating Griswell. A toy to amaze your friends and baffle your enemies. Until next we meet, my beloved audience, farewell.
Farewell. All right, we're checking with my friends. Hi, Petra.
Hey,
Duena's Starry Sky. What was with that snake? If I hadn't been protecting my father, I'd have grabbed a board and jumped in there with you. And we know she would because she did. I'm glad you're both all right, Petra. I'm looking for a little boy named Garand. He's gone missing. Have you seen anything odd? It's a circus. It's all odd. Missing? That's bad. I haven't seen anything. Maybe one of the circus people saw him? Good idea. Thanks. I'll ask the performers. I should get Father home. Come see us soon. We miss you. With every shot so far. Thank you. Madam Gilda. Not Gildai. I have a friend named Gildai. Well, in-game friend. Her in-game name is Gildai. Regardless.
God's blessings! Your aura reveals much about you. Tell Madame Gilda what it is you are seeking.
I'm looking for a lost boy who may have come this way. He's about 10, wearing a red shirt. Have you seen any unattended children?
I have not, but boys love snakes and snails and scaly drake tails. I'd talk to the snake charmer if I were you.
Thank you. I'll do that.
I see it. I see that you will find the child. You will, however, also uncover startling secrets. Beware the Griswirl!
Thanks. So, boys made of snips and snails and drake tails, okay? And women? Girls? They're just made of, what, sweet stuff, right? Little boys are made of snips and snails and puppy dog tails. It's not fair. I believe I went with dignity. This is, it's not important to the story. But it can make certain conversational options go a bit smoother. Stuff like that. You have to choose either ferocity, dignity, or charm as a particular way of that you deal with problems. I chose dignity because, of course, as a streamer, I myself am always dignified. Okay. If you truly if you are truly to keep Kryta safe, Lens Light Twister, I foresee that you will have to place it in danger. Good luck. Chakravarti. I'm sorry about Wrigley, dude. Feel bad.
Pardon me. I'm looking for a boy in a red shirt. He strayed from his group and hasn't returned. I'm hoping he came this way.
I saw a boy. He asked if I'd ever met a snake I couldn't tame. I told him that snakes just need love, like everybody else.
Yeah,
interesting.
Not really.
But did you see where the kid went?
Yeah, he called me a weirdo and went to gawk at Boris the Strongman.
Okay, the kid's pretty keen judge of character. Boris the Strongman.
Hey, Skinny! Come test your strength against Boris! Boris is daring you!
No time for that. I'm looking for a boy in a red shirt. I'm told he came this way. Have you seen him?
Yes, Boris
Pardon
has
me on
seen
again.
one. He asked how to build bigger muscles. Boris told him he must work hard. He said he'd rather have a Griswirl and went to the stables.
Griswirl. That's the second time I've heard that word. What is it?
Boris does not know. Boris suspects, but Boris does not speak until he is certain. Go to the stables. You will see for yourself.
All right, then. Open the door. Get on the floor.
Strong.
Everybody do the dinosaur. Well, we've got circus stuff in here. Find some muddy carnival workers. Hey, hey! Spooters! Another spooter?
Eat my dust.
Also, this booter can eat my dust. It's an ordinary looking bumper car. What the hell makes a bumper car ordinary looking as opposed to something else? Another ordinary looking bumper car. No spooter from that one. Find up. Nope, we already looked at. Another ordinary looking bumper car. Crate contains several strange toys like the one the ringmaster was holding. These must be the Griswolds.
Hey, Rube.
Hey, Rube, they said, by the way, just so you know. At least historically, that's what they would say in carnivals when there was a problem. They would go, hey, Rube. Read that like 55 years ago.
Excuse me. I'm looking for a lost
Encyclopedia
child.
Brown,
A little boy
I think it
around
was.
10 years old in a red shirt.
God, I'm old.
His name's Garand.
No entry. Employees only. Unauthorized access. Kill the intruder.
Well, that escalated
What?
quickly.
Look, Slackjaw, I don't want any trouble. You stay away from me.
Kill the intruder. Hey, Rube. Hey, Rube.
Eat my dust.
All right, back to Logan. I got a comment on YouTube about my referring to Logan Thackeray as vanilla ice cream without the vanilla.
We're fresh out.
And the comment was, "Officer, I'd like to report a murder."
You can thank the bandits for that. Good luck finding what you need.
He's just such a dull character. Funny thing is, I think the same voice actor did a character in Star Wars The Old Republic, and his voice work was impeccable.
Refreshing.
Writing. I'm a firm believer in that writing can make bad stuff enjoyable and good stuff great. Hi, Logan. Oh my god. Oh, Logan.
There's something rotten at that carnival. I couldn't find the boy, but I believe the workers know something. I was ambushed by a pack of glassy-eyed carnies.
And who hasn't had that happen to them?
Maybe you should go undercover. There's a carnival training camp near Beetleton. If you can get hired, they'll be more likely to talk freely to you.
Join the carnival. You have no idea how long I've been waiting to hear that. I'm in.
I'll be just outside the carny camp with a squad of Seraph. Signal when you learn something, or if you need help.
We are going to circus training.
What's next? Armored up.
All right. Come here and remove that ring and put that ring on. Sorry, wrong slot. That ring on. We have another bag. Papa's got a brand new bag. I am required by state, local, and federal law to say that every single time I get a new bag from one of my characters. Chest piece we can't use, and a shoulder we can't use. Also an iron mining pick, which is better than what we've got, so I'll put that.
We have completed the task at hand.
Salvage those. Note, I worked through the minor sort of salvage kit that you got as you level up, and so this is a infinite salvage kit that you can buy for gems, but you can also just buy the cheap ones. They have 25 charges each, and those are perfectly fine for disassembling white quality gear all the way up to blue quality gear for sure. There are more optimal ways later on, but it's certainly not anything to worry or concern yourself about early Out we go, and we're off to Beetleton. Beep. Magic. Every little thing I do is magic.
Eat my dust!
Let me sell crap to Rawborn. I'm going to sell the chunks of pure jade because I could sell them on the auction house, but I actually get more from selling them to a vendor. And I have 1,250 of them. You start with 250 space for all of the crafting materials. You can buy additional. And here we are.
Better be careful around here, stranger. Lots of ways for a snooper to get hurt. Accidentally, I mean. What do you want?
I want to join the carnival. Can you give me my big break? I just need the opportunity to show off my talents.
What have we here? Ladies and gentlemen, it's audition time. Winners get applause, losers get rotten fruit. Either way, it'll be a show worth watching.
How fun. This darling optimist is being granted a grand solipsism. Let's see those exhibition skills.
Wait, the mime talks?
Of course. He's a mime, not a mute. Step right up. All you have to do is pass the magic trine. 3 circus challenges.
The mime, the clown, and I will test your talent. Once we see what you can do, we'll know what to do with you. Let the show begin!
All right. We have a clown, a mime, and the tamer. We'll start with the tamer. Working at the carnival isn't all silly jokes and games. Some of us deal with real danger. Ever dealt with wild animals? Come, show me how you handle these vicious beasts.
Refreshing.
Oh, they vanished. Those sneaky little critters.
Panache! I am mightily impressed.
I do indeed have panache. The clown. Hey, it looks like we have another new student for the College of Laugh-tacular Hilarity, where we professional clowns teach you local clowns to be real clowns. I'm game. What do I have to do? A clown has 2 key functions: to make people laugh and to star in their nightmares. We'll start with the laughs. Prove you've got what it takes. Tell me your best joke. A Norn, a Char, and an Asura walk into a tavern. Keep going, Slappy. I can't evaluate a setup without a punchline. And the Norn says to the Char, now bring it home. Maybe it's just the ale talking, but you got me all charged up. Now, I'm in the mood for singing, dancing, and fighting. I'm in the mood for singing, dancing, and fighting. Let's start a war band. Ha! Now that's a good joke. You sure you're just an amateur? You sound like you've been wearing the baggy pants and floppy shoes for years. Needless to say, you pass. Thank you. I have been wearing the saggy pants and floppy shoes for years. I'm a streamer.
Ha! Good one. There's funny and there's clown funny.
Okay, here's the mime. If you're not paying attention, it can be easy to screw this one up. When I start with the mime, they're going to give me, change my hot bar, and I'm supposed to mimic what the mime does.
Eat my dust!
And so we'll move in close so we can see. We're also going to get the image here on the question mark behind. If you want to join the carnival, you need to defeat me in an age-old tradition of the mime battle. Mime battle? I perform certain actions. You mimic them exactly, but know this. My silent portrayals of life's subtle intricacies are unparalleled. I can make you laugh or move you to tears without saying a word. All right, then. Let's mime! Dignity, that one. Thumbs up! The old shruggerino? I don't know. 2 for 2. Let's see. Thoughtful. Yep. 3 for 3. Again with the salute. And again with the thoughtful. And the shrug. And the thoughtful. And the scared. Cower.
Your body ripples like a river over solid rock. Your wits can upstage a mesmer.
Good
You
morning,
stand at the
Fizbit.
precipice of stardom. Your talent will astound audiences.
True.
Millions will lavish you with adulation.
Okay.
He speaks truth. You
He's
passed all
researching
3 tests with flying colors. You'll be amazing. And you even look great in tight pants.
No.
Just
no.
wait until the ringmaster gets a load of you. He's always looking for fresh talent.
The ringmaster? Is he the boss? When do I get to meet him?
Patience, earnest neophyte. The ringmaster returns this evening with toys from Uzulan's workshop, including a fresh batch of Griswirls.
Relax. You're one of us now, so you have free run of the place. Just stay out of the warehouse. The ringmaster doesn't like anyone going in there without permission.
Aha!
Eat my dust!
It doesn't look like a warehouse. It looks like a house. Well, where's the harm in going in to where I'm not supposed to go? Kids! Hypnotized little kids.
You overstayed your welcome, Rube.
Kid, what just happened?
Come on, next wave.
Refreshing.
You got another wave?
I don't like it here. I want
Nope.
to go home.
Oh, escort the kids out. Come on, kids. I know it's a circus and kids love circus, but we have no idea what they're going to do with you. So, yeah, maybe just... Logan? Where you going, Logan? Logan, I'm right here. Logan, he's just...
Logan, I found the boy. He's fine physically, but something has affected his mind. It has something to do with a weird toy. Carnies know more than they're letting on.
Hand it over, Garand. And as for you, Carney, tell me what's going on here, or you'll spend the rest of your life in a cell for kidnapping this boy.
When you put it like that, we needed kids to test Uzulan's Griswirls. And if you want to find the ringmaster, there's a meeting tonight for new recruits. That's all I know.
It's a start. Stick around, you clown. I mean, yeah.
Wow, Logan. You really showed them. You probably don't want to know what you showed them. Do you want to go to Uzulan's workshop, or do you want to infiltrate the ringmaster's meeting? You don't have time to do both. Let's go to the inventor's toy shop. Because, hey, come on. We've done the circus, and now the toy shop. I mean, does it get better than this? Probably not, actually. 3 staves.
Eat my dust!
We'll go with power. More power to him, Big Booty. All right, that staff, 245. This one's 275. And 3 other items. We have a staff of 248, which is not as good. And we will use the iron harvesting sickle and throw that away. A new scepter, which I think we currently have. This one's much better. And lastly, a hammer, which we can't use.
like dust.
Now, the reason when I send my crafting materials to the crafting bank is my crafting bank is full on these two items. A few of the lower level crafting mats I'm full on. This is an unidentified die. It can give you any of the standard dies in the game, which are common, uncommon, or rare. It cannot give you one of the exclusives. I have all of these dies. We'll open it anyway. It is burnished steel. Not a bad blue slate. Sort of a light slate blue. I'm going to send that off to a Gildy. Click it right this time, Lens. And they will put it into the guild bank. We hit another level. That's 21. That opens up the first specialization.
Refreshing.
And we have 18 points to spend. So, what each of these are is they're sort of one of the traits or characteristics that make up this character class. So it's domination, in other words, mental domination for the Mesmer, dueling, chaos, inspiration, and illusions. I'm currently doing a lot of just plain-ass fighting. I'm going to go with dueling. Just straightforward fighting. Now, what you'll do is you'll train your way around the wheel, and I'll show you how that works in just a second. We're just going to train as much as we can for now. And then you go to specializations. We now have the first line of specializations opened up. And so we can choose the one we just started putting points in, dueling. Our second line will open up at 45 and the third at 71. So, the first thing we have is here. We gain vigor when delivering a critical hit. That increases our endurance regeneration. Endurance are these two yellow bars above your health. And each one of these bars, divided up by the little line there, is a dodge. So this will increase whenever we critical hit something. We get a 50% increase for 5 seconds on vigor. Vigor is used to restore the energy for dodging. We have our choice of the first 3 things here in the line, and that's how it works. You automatically get this, and then we'll get that, and then we'll get that, and then you get your choice of 3, choice of 3, choice of 3. The first one is your phantasms have fury. That's a plus 25% crit chance for the phantasms. So for instance, if I'm in scepter and sword, this summons a phantasmal swordsman. And then the phantasmal swordsman will make his attack, and then he will turn into a clone. And the clones are what we break, the illusions we break when we shatter. So this increases the damage that I get from phantasms. I would want to make sure I have more skills with phantasms. When you successfully evade attack, gain vigor. Again, if I dodge successfully, this gives me another 5 seconds of vigor. Pistol attacks from you and your illusions have a chance to cause bleeding. Interrupting a foe recharges pistol shots. So, it says 100% chance, so it's always going to cause a bleed, unless they have some kind of bleed protection. For that to work, however, I have to have a pistol. Can I do that? I think I can. And then here, illusions inflict bleeding on critical hits. So we have the pistol here. Where is it? There it is. It is an offhand weapon, so we're going to replace... The alternative is to go do something a little tech with it, and I think we'll do that. So we have the scepter and sword, and then we have the spear. I'm going to pull the spear out. And if we put the pistol into the offhand slot. What that means is we're now using scepter and sword and scepter and pistol. If you don't have something in this box, it's going to use what's in the other main hand. So main hand weapon, offhand, offhand. We will now be able to swap. We have the Phantasmal Swordsman and a Phantasmal Duelist for the pistol. This allows us to have two different phantasms going. And we have 3 points. The next point in dueling is at 5. So at this point, I'm going to stop putting points into skills until I finish out the dueling line. Once I finish out the dueling line, I go back to getting more skills and so on. Mesmer is a fun class to play. You kind of miss playing yours, but you deleted Guild Wars 2? Why would you hurt me like that? Really, we all delete games that, for whatever reason, just aren't working for us. So I'm not telling you that you should feel shame. But I am staring at you across the internet and 12,000 miles.
Eat my dust.
And judging you silently. It's fine.
I can't believe it.
Okay, so now we have to travel to Uzalan's workshop. You've done it twice. Just endgame is too hard when you solo. You died so much in Rage Quit. Believe me, I can understand that. There are places where it is very, very difficult. A lot of the solo instances really should be played multiplayer. Where are we off to? Oh, all the way down there. Oh, all the way into the second map. My goodness. I've Rage Quit in the past. There was a fight in Living World Season 3 that made me Rage Quit for a few months. And then, when I did come back, I finished that one. And then there was the worst instance I've ever had in any MMO RPG ever. Soloing the fight against Codicus, who we just saw a little bit earlier. And my best guess on the number of times I wiped in that fight, I death marched it completely. But my best guess was I died between 120 and 140 times. It could easily be an 160 or 180 or possibly even 200. But I got partway through and I just said, if I don't finish it now, I will never finish it. I went back running through the stuff a second time a few years ago. I died once. I'm a better player. I've got a better build.
Refreshing.
There's been power creep in the game. So believe me, I do understand there are some solo instances and some story instances in the game that are incredibly frustrating. It's one of my biggest complaints about the game, is that if you're playing solo and you're running through the storyline, there are instanced story missions where most of the time they are fine, they're straightforward. Sometimes they're an enormous amount of fun. Most of the time, at worst, they're kind of meh. But there are a few where it feels like they're trying to get you to quit the game. So I understand entirely.
This is the path to Uzalan's workshop.
Uzalan's workshop.
And things are likely to get weird.
Logan just told me things are likely to get weird. Oh, really?
Come out, Uzalan. You can't hide in that talking box forever.
I've spotted the enemy.
Enemy? Excuse me?
Eat my dust.
That goon was talking to this statue for some reason. We should take a closer look.
It's the Uzalan 2000. The latest and greatest model. Who's there? Not another one of those clowns, I hope. Have you come to rescue Uzalan the toy maker? Or are you just looking for an autograph? We've come to talk, Uzalan. Rescuing you is just the first step. You are Uzalan, right? I mean, it says so on your name tag. No, you dolt. I'm a perfect mechanical copy. Of course I'm Uzalan. I'm speaking to you through this fantabulous Uzakam 2000. These clones have trapped me inside my workshop. To be succinct, help? We're here to find out more about your invention, the Griswirls. What can you tell us? Nothing at all. At least not while I'm trapped in my workshop. I'll be happy to tell you all about the floating Grisworld just as soon as you get rid of all of these clowns that are trying to kill me. Settle down. We'll solve this clown problem for you, and then we'll talk. You don't have the patience for the try and try again mode like you did when you were younger? Grin and bear it? Yeah, no, I completely understand. Like I said, I will say in the defense of the game, with a few exceptions, particularly any instance where they change your hotbar or you're playing as another character or something like that, those are absolutely miserable. But if you follow a decent open world build and you're okay with the class, those sorts of instances are generally a lot easier than they used to be due to power creep.
Urge to kill rising.
Thanks, Logan. Urge to kill rising.
Some people hate clowns. There's one to remember me by. I'll see you again.
Logan, shut up. Like I said, I quit for a while too, so I'm certainly not going to. Well, I might give you a hard time about it, but I don't actually feel the way that I was making fun of, you know?
Strong.
I completely get it.
Eat my dust.
Hey, was somebody just hitting me?
No, no one was hitting you. You're hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself.
Hey, was somebody just hitting me?
Totally nobody was hitting you.
Ooh, shiny turret.
The last time, for instance, I was working on the Seasons of the Dragons achievement, which, for those who are not aware of it, I can show you because it's pretty cool as an example for any new players. The kind of things you can make as a long-term goal, Seasons of the Dragons. It's 24 objectives overall, and as you can tell, I've got most of them done. And the ones I don't have done, I have mostly done, right? There's 3 I don't have done. But the last time I was working on these was one of the ones where they change your hotbar. And the design is designed to be frustrating. And it just completely turned me off from finishing these. I haven't been back to them for 6 months. But the rewards you get are very good. And there is an ascended weapon chest where you get to choose an ascended weapon, which is the highest stat totals you can get in the game. Here you get a fragment of a prismatic light that allows you to choose a precursor for an End of Dragons legendary. You can also just sell it. Well, no, you can't sell that, but you can sell the thing you get with it. Tier 3 is a 32-slot backpack bag, which is really big. And the Tier 4 is an actual legendary amulet. And it's usable by all of your characters at level 80 at the same time. And those have the same stat bonuses that you get from an ascended item, but you can change the stats on the fly. And they usually have visual effects as well. The highest tier of gear you can get in the game is legendary. The stats are the same as ascended, but the quality of life with legendary stuff is the best. But this is the kind of long-term thing you can go, that you can set your sights on. And each of these is a series of events that took place in maps leading up to and then going through all of the Living World chapters. Now, I still have got some more clowns to beat up.
dust.
Head. Ow, watch it. That thing's live.
All right, Mr. High and Mighty Inventor. I'm going to prove that your brains are no match for my bombs.
What? With that tiny little firecracker? Oh, don't make me laugh.
Tiny? This is my biggest cannonball.
That's what they all
It
say.
explodes on command. All I have to say is, bomb, go boom.
Eat my dust.
Uh-huh. So Carney's not necessarily the smartest guys in the room. Hi, Uzalon. And that was Big Top Bruno, the human cannonball. Almost as intelligent as his namesake. Take a bow, Bruno. We're here to rescue. You all right? Some rescue. The only thing saving my neck from those madmen is this force field that I built to protect my blueprints from thieves. A force field which has been my prison for hours now. We'll get you out, don't worry. What'd the Carnies want? Considering the drivel they kept shouting, I imagine they wanted the schematics for one of my astonishing inventions. I'm famous, you know. Uzalon the Inventor. We're here about your floating Griswirls. The Carnival's using them as a mind control devices. I'll help you once I'm free. The turbo buzzers around the room should overload the force field if you destroy them, but be warned. I've installed electrifying countermeasures for would-be vandals. All right, sit tight, Inventor. I'll have you out in a second. Toy Golem. Lots of toy golems. Knockback golems? What the shit is that? Tiny little golems? Knocking back Big Me? Not buying that. Not for a second. Not gonna happen. Try it again, little jerk. I have my shield up. Haha, block. Yeah, Logan, why don't you take care of that other golem there?
Oh, that had to hurt.
Attack. Block.
Eat my dust.
And eat my dust. Are you done, Logan? Oh, God, Logan. I can't count on you to do anything at all, can I? You done here? No, one more.
Intruders detected.
It's an Uzatron 7000!
Armored up.
Missed me. Want to try again? My defenses are up, and there. Loser. Loser bot 7000.
I know.
All right, we freed you. Now tell us about the Griswirls.
The Griswirls temporarily render the weak-willed susceptible to suggestion. They make any party 33% more fun. The ringmaster loved it. He was very complimentary at first.
We think the ringmaster is planning something big.
I'm not surprised. He asked many questions about increasing the Griswirl's power and range. He wanted the schematics, but I refused on principle.
Could he modify the Griswirls you made? Maybe use a super-powered version to affect a large group of people?
Yes, he's clever enough to pull that off. And if that's his plan, he'll probably do it at the circus's next big show, when his audience will be as vast as possible.
Great Cormier, he could incite a full-scale riot. The Seraph would have to respond with force. It'd be a bloodbath. We've got to stop him.
Thanks, Logan. Your input has been noted. New pants. Well, clearly, I want the most powerful pants I can get.
Finished with that.
We have a new basic salvage kit. We have new pants. And in the other reward bags, a torch, which we can use. A mace, we can't use. A short bow, we can't use. And shoes, we can't wear. Always depressing. To get the stuff we can't use and can't wear. It's so sad. But new pants, and new pants mean new dyes. I have puffy pants. I believe Seinfeld had the puffy shirt. I have puffy pants. And the new dyes that we get are... Steel yourself, guys.
Eat my dust.
That's actually almost tasteful. We have fluff. Nice. So we don't just have puffy pants. We have fluffy pants. Fluff, shadow violet, and enameled sky. The enameled dyes are generally really, really good dyes.
Refreshing.
We'll exit. Now we have to stop the evil circus master. Ring master.
Eat my dust.
You hated that show? And now, because I'm me, I'm going to have to admit I don't remember what I was just talking about. My mouth does that on its own frequently, where I make a reference. My brain is involved at some point and then completely wipes its memory and leaves me to ask, what did I just say? And I'm desperately trying to remember what I was just saying.
You'll hear no complaint from me.
Here's the carnival and the Griswirl. I did want to swap one of the weapons. Because we're going to be fighting... Oh, Seinfeld. Thank you. Yes. I've never watched an entire episode of Seinfeld. Bits and pieces in passing, and that was it. Just... honest to God, never interested me. Alright, we are going to use the longsword. Because this fight ends up fighting a large number of people, and the longsword's got a really good large group attack. Or so does the spear. Well, we'll go with this. Would you like to continue your story, The Ringmaster?
We live for applause, ladies and gentlemen. It's been our pleasure to entertain you.
Thank you, Chakravarti.
The end of the show. But there's still time for one final performance.
Turn your eyes to the Ringmaster, puppets. Witness his finest moment.
What's going on? Why are they acting so strangely?
Eat my dust.
Petra? There you are, Lens Light Twister. What took you so long? I've been waiting for you ever since I got your letter. Letter? I didn't send you a letter. Petra, I didn't even know you could read. But I got a letter from you saying to meet you here to watch a special circus performance. If you didn't send it, who did? I can guess. The Ringmaster is evil. The Jedi are evil from my point of view. Sorry. He's planning to hypnotize the entire crowd and make them do his bidding. That's terrible. I can't leave you here alone. The Ringmaster thinks he can fool us. He's going to find himself taking a bottle to the face. Thanks, Petra. Stay close and don't look at the Griswirl. Captain Thackeray will be here soon. Definitely never look at a man's Griswirl. That's just common sense.
Are you ready to be amazed, astounded, and enthralled? truly, this will be a virtuoso masterpiece.
And here's
Watch
Logan.
carefully, ladies and gentlemen. You won't want to miss this. And now, ladies and gents, the highlight of our show, the big finale. Please turn your attention to the floating Griswirl at center stage. Watch it go round and round. That which goes up must eventually come down. Queen Jenna's Kryta has had it all. Now it and she must tumble and fall.
Ringmaster!
Get into
by
streaming?
My authority, I order you to
first,
desist. You're under arrest for
it
treason.
It looked like
How
fun
dare you
to
threaten
me,
the Queen?
actually.
Oh, look,
And
it's Captain Thackeray.
It was easy
Don't
for
you
me to
like my
justify
fascinating Griswold?
as it
Take a
provides a
closer
little
look.
structure to the old
A bunch of
retired
eyes,
guy's
everyone.
life.
Don't look at the Griswold. He's trying to
There's
hypnotize
no
you.
real risk
Look away.
of me
Spoils
losing which day of
force.
the week it is
I'd
by
have
more
let
than
you
one.
choke the
You know,
life
it's
out
never
of
going to be,
Queen
is
Jenna
today
Logan,
Wednesday when it's
just like
Saturday.
she's suffocating Kryta.
I might be off by a
Think of
day
it, Cap.
occasionally when
Your
I'm signing off,
hands
say,
crushing
but it
her
provides a little
throat.
structure, a couple hours every day where I've
Logan,
got
don't
something
let him
I'm
get
supposed
you.
to be doing.
He's trying to control your mind. Keep it together
It's
and we
easy
can stop
to
him.
sort of completely check out
Rise up, my
after
puppets.
a couple of years retired.
Before we can cleanse the city of its
So
monstrous
a little bit of
queen,
structure and
we must
fun
first crush the
is basically
monsters
the
in our
answer.
midst. Get them.
And now I have to beat up the stupid ringmaster and all the hypnotized people. Don't worry, I'm only going to kill some of them. Ringmaster, you got something for me? There we go.
That feels good.
How about you guys move back a little bit? I have used utility skills and gotten more XP. Okay, I don't think that was necessary, sir.
There's one to remember me by.
Eat my dust.
There are an awful lot of them, and if you don't notice, just one of me. Oh, that was cock-a-doodie poopy. I got the block up in time. Whereas myself,
Keep a good man down.
I have rallied, more XP.
That feels good. Eat my dust.
There's the ringmaster. That ought to finish him. Yep. I actually enjoy
The
streaming.
Ringmaster nearly succeeded in spreading chaos throughout the city.
I don't have to do it to try and make a living or anything, so I can
I'm
just
glad
do
it's
whatever I want with streaming.
The Queen is safe for now.
I actually kind of feel sorry for the people who
Find
are
it hard to
trying
believe this
to
was
make
one man's political statement.
it
though.
into a career.
Who would have
and are
benefited
struggling.
most if he'd succeeded?
That would be miserable.
Queen Jenna has no heirs.
But as long as I'm
If the
having
Ringmaster's
fun,
mob had killed
I'm
her, the
winning.
ministry would have taken rulership of Kryta. With all we've seen lately, I'm convinced that
It's a member of the ministry. I came to the same conclusion. And the next time he makes a mistake, we'll be ready.
well said. If I see anything suspicious, I'll let you know. Until then, may Dwayna guide your path.
Yeah. Right, the gods who no one has seen for centuries. Gotcha. Thanks, that's a big help.
What's next?
We have another level. More additions to our stats. We have a embroidered coin purse. Oh, this is going to be riches. 1 silver and 12 copper. Thanks. A researcher's coat. New shoes. We'll customize those. Oh, I think assassin's shoes are the way to go, clearly. And a ring.
Eat my dust.
Customize that. Vitality. A few crafting materials. We have 2 new items of attire, so we will take a roll for random die, and if we don't like it, we get another one. Oh, that's fine by me. Yep, that's...
Eat my dust.
We have pyre, lava, and purple tint. We had a theme going when we were on pyre and lava. Thematically, we were cooking, as it were. Purple tint. I am disappointed in the purple tint, I have to admit. All right, I said, and I will live up to this. Having finished off the 2nd chapter of the personal story, I will now give a brief, maybe not so brief, tutorial on crafting in the game. Now, crafting is not something you have to do. If you want to work your way through, grab that POI because we're here. If you want to work your way through the all of the various steps of the adventure guide, you will have to do some. Not a lot, but some. Let us go to the Artificer. Or Artificer? I honest to God don't know which it is.
How's it going?
Please teach me to be an artificer. Or you can ask first what crafts. Tridents, scepters, staffs, foci, sigils, and potions. Sounds good. Congratulations, that's more XP for selecting a crafting.
Refreshing.
Okay, so how do you craft? Good question. I'm glad you asked, Lens. So the first thing you're going to notice, you'll walk up to the crafting station. In this case, it's anvil and like a work table. You hit F, and these are all the recipes you know. You'll note most of these are red. That's because these are higher level recipes that I have learned on my other characters. Recipes are learned account-wide. The red ones we can't do yet. You won't have those as a new character. But you do have the white and orange. So the first thing you want to do is you want to get the easiest stuff there is to get, right? Why start with the highest tier crafting? So what you want to do initially is, for instance, turn the wood that you have been harvesting out in the world into wood planks. So I have a shitload of these in the bank, and I have an even larger amount of the green wood logs. These are the first crafting materials you get from logging. Are greenwood logs. I would get those out in that first map. And what you do is you just craft, craft up, say 10. And you craft. And what you'll note is 2 things. First of all, I'm getting crafting experience up here.
I feel strong.
There are tiers. Crafting goes up to 400 for all skills and 500 for some skills. Artificing, I think, goes up to 500. You'll also note I'll be getting experience down here in the lower right on the regular experience bar. In fact, by the time we're done here, we'll probably be like level 24 or 25. You can, in fact, level all the way up with just crafting. You'd have to buy materials. At the higher tiers, it'll start getting more expensive. But you can do that. So we'll make 10 greenwood planks. I misclicked something. We'll try that again. How about craft? You can craft all. No, we'll just craft just the 10.
Eat my dust. I achieved.
You'll note
I'm an
we're
achiever.
getting XP up here, and we got Well, as you can see, a third of a level. No, quarter of a level. We got a new spear. 2 stats. No longer the single stat, now 2 stats. Power and precision. So what you'll want to do is you'll want to make some of these basic components and get some XP and get started on the novice tier. You can make your first back item. And this will require simple artificer's tools, which we can make, and a crafter's backpack frame, which you have to buy from the vendor.
To meet you.
Cheap. There's the backpack frame. 8 copper.
Thank you.
They'll have a number of supplies. They have materials you'll need, kits and tools you can purchase here, inscriptions for higher level crafting, ascended recipes for much higher level crafting, and various weapon upgrades for sigils and stuff. And all of these are available from the vendor. We'll come over here. We have the crafter's backpack. We just bought it. How about the simple artificer's tools? Well, we could search for it, or we can just go over here to the view recipe button, click it, and it brings up the recipe. Takes 5 bronze ingots for us to make simple artificer's tools. We'll make those. That's done. We close. We can now craft a simple artificer's backpack. Now, every time we open another crafting tier, a new backpack recipe will open. For artificer, every crafting has its own backpacks. Every backpack looks different than the previous tier. Every backpack has higher stats than the previous tier. And you use the previous one to make the next one. We customize it. It's the first tier. You can't give it much in the way of stats. We'll just go with vitality. We'll equip it. And you can see it's not much to look at, but it has these little, animated bits dangling from it. And if you don't like the look and at low tier, that's not unlikely. You can just unclick it here to hide it. And now it's still equipped. You still get the stats. You just can't see it. And if you don't want to see your headgear, your shoulder gear, your gloves, you don't have to. You can hide all of those as well. So now we're going to get to the meat of it, which is the actual crafting. And here is where things are a little technical. So we can make these things, like weapon heads and staffs, stuff like that. Let me close up the stuff like legendary components. You don't need to see that. That's just going to be confusing. So I'm going to, anything that is all red, I'm just going to try and make it go away as much as possible. But you'll note, for instance, the staff. We have a recipe for 1 staff. We could make this, and we could just make dozens of these. But that's not the best way to do it.
Eat my dust!
We can also come up here to discovery. So you have various tabs here. You have the wardrobe, material storage. You can access your bank from a crafting station. There's the production, which shows you the recipes you know, whether you can make them or not. And the discovery panel. Now we look in here, and you'll note some of these are highlighted. They're not redded out. That means these are items that we can use at our current level of artificer and experiment with. If we add that,
eat my dust.
We can add that and that, and you'll note it now says craft. I could craft it and it would make something. We'd get experience and we'd learn the new recipe. I don't want to craft that because the symbols of control are actually quite valuable. So what do? Okay, we go to production. Let's say I want to make a scepter. So I could make a scepter by coming down here and clicking this, and this is a simple scepter, and it's a level 5 required scepter. blue quality. But if we come up here, we have in the we have inscriptions. And what these are is the bases for discovering new recipes. So a vital green inscription will make something with vitality. Mighty will give power, and a malign one will give +2 condition damage. Now you'll note, we know these recipes, we need green wood dowels. Let's say we want to make a bunch of scepters. So we're going to want 3 greenwood dowels. I'll explain why in a sec. 1 for each of the 3 type of sigils there we're making. So we make 3 greenwood dowels. We get XP for these. All right. We can now make 1 of each of these. These use the blue quality crafting materials that we've been getting throughout the world as occasional random drops from things we kill. Bones, blood, and venom. We'll just make 1 of each. Again, we're continuing to get experience here for crafting and experience here for leveling up. Okay. Now, we were going to make a scepter, right? Well, what are the ingredients for a scepter? Come down here, we look at the scepter. It is a scepter core and a scepter rod. We come back up here. These are the crafting components.
Eat my dust.
So we're going to make 3 of them, right? We're going to need 3 cores. And 3 rods. You go to Discovery. Look what we have now. Along with the few ingredients, higher level ingredients that were down here, we now have the subcomponents that we just made. If we take the scepter core and a scepter rod, any one of these 3 can be used, and we can craft it. We'll get more XP than if we just made a recipe we already knew, and we'll learn the recipe.
To kill rising.
So we craft this. And we've learned a recipe. And note, the XP you gain for learning a recipe is much, much more than making a recipe you already know. Again, scepter core, rod, another inscription. Craft it. We're up to level 16. And now, level 17. That's the crafting level. We've gained about half a level in experience points. If we go back to production and scroll down to scepters, there are the 3 recipes we just learned. Malign, Mighty, and Vital. The crude scepter is the default. The greenwood scepters are the ones we just learned the recipes for. Now, if we want to continue doing this, what we do is we use those same inscriptions, but for different weapons. So if we want to make, let's say, a focus, we can make 3 foci. We're going to need 3 more greenwood dowels. And so it's this combination of ingredients at each tier with the multiple weapons or pieces of armor or pieces of jewelry that you can make. And it's always about using the discovery mechanic. So we're going to make 3 focus cores and 3 focus casings. Focus cores. Focus casings. We go back to discovery. Focus core. Focus casing. Malign. We're up to 23. We're going to make it to 25 because every 25 is another tier within the level, within the flavor tier. Novice. There are 3 tiers within novice. There's 0, 25, and 50. When you get to 75, you're no longer novice. You move into the next tier. How about we try and explain it that way?
Armored up.
Not quite. We need to make one more item. So we will discover one more item. Or, now, these are all white. All these making recipes for making sub-ingredients for ingots and dowels and stuff. So we'll need one more greenwood dowel. We'll need one more inscription. Whichever one we had the most of, probably that. And let's see, we did focus, scepter. We can do a staff. Staff head. Staff shaft. Discover it. Head, shaft, malign. All right, we cracked 25 to 26. Now, if we look at the discovery window, or the production window, I mean, we have an entire new tier of inscriptions. These use totems, claws, and scales. Again, these are things we have been looting off of the mobs that we have been defeating. And so we can do that exact same process again. We make the inscriptions, we make the pieces to go with the inscriptions, and then you discover them again. And you do that from 26 to 50, and then there's another tier of inscriptions that pop up. And then we move from 75, from novice to the next tier, which is like apprentice, I think. And that's sort of the modus operandi for leveling up crafting in the game. Make inscriptions, discover recipes with inscriptions and parts.
Eat my dust.
Reach a 25 point break. You get new inscriptions. You do the same thing again. 25, 25, on to the next tier. All the way up. The first 2 25 point sections are going to be blue. The third one will be green. And eventually you'll get to the point where you're making higher level, higher tier stuff. As an example, all of these things that we made here, these are all usable with a required level of level 10. If you remember, when we looked at that first scepter we could make, the crude one, that was level 5. Basically, every 25 points in crafting adds 5 to the level required to use it. So for most purposes, then, you're looking at all the way up to making 400 or 500 stuff for the crafting level. Now, what do you do with these? Well, there are a couple things. You can take 4 of them and throw them into the Mystic Forge. I'll get to the Mystic Forge another time. Generally, it makes sense. There's no reason to try and sell these on the exchange because these things tend to get made in very large amounts as people are leveling up their crafting. So generally what I will just do is I will salvage them all. We get some of the materials back. We get some little essences of luck. And that is how you level up your crafting over time. You have to get the hang of the sort of every 25. It's a new tier of inscriptions. that the recipes are automatically given to you, and then you make the inscriptions, you make the pieces, use the inscriptions and pieces to discover the new recipes that are required. Cooking is a little different. Cooking has an enormous number of recipes. They're not tiered as neatly. You don't discover them as neatly. It can also get quite expensive. Let me sell the junk I'm carrying.
How can I help?
You can buy the junk that I'm carrying. Thank you for buying the junk that I'm carrying. So, if we look here in the achievements, you can see we got achievements from the character adventure guide for crafting, for selecting a crafting discipline and crafting items. But there's more than that. We did also finish off the last bits and pieces of Volume 1. We are at 14 of 20 completed for Volume 2.
I feel strong.
So what are we missing? Viewing vistas, but in the next tier of world maps. Minerals, collecting minerals, so that's using the mining pick. Defeating a world boss. Completing renown hearts in the next maps. Completing events in the next maps. Points of interest in the next maps. Leveling up to 30, and that will get us more of these. Eventually, also, we did get some crafting stuff here, but you get more crafting in the later volumes as well. Again, crafting is not necessary for the game. It might be necessary for, well, it is necessary for completing all of the adventure guide, but I'm not sure it's necessary to finish off each chapter of the adventure guide. But it is also a good way of gearing up, and depending on the crafts you choose, you can also make gear that is useful for yourself or any alts that you're making in the future. So, as an example, I have at least one, but I think it's one or maybe two, of crafters of each discipline at the cap. So I can make anything I want that requires crafting for my account. Now, some of the really cool stuff is extraordinarily expensive or requires an enormous amount of work to get rare materials. But any of the sort of basic crafting stuff I can do on one of my characters, drop the stuff in the bank, pick it up on another character, and get equipment. So for instance, I usually, when I hit level 80 with a new character, I will make an appropriate set of gear with the right stats, with the right combination of statistics. Because as you level up, you're going to want to differentiate things a bit more. So right now, my gear has power and vitality and a little bit of precision and ferocity there. And what this does is it'll drive up the various things. So for instance, if you have precision, that increases your crit chance. More ferocity equals more critical damage. Condition, healing power, expertise increases the duration of your condition damage. And there's a condition duration from expertise.
Greetings.
Concentration increases the duration of the boons you apply to yourself and your friends.
Eat my dust.
Agony resistance is used in fractals. And then there's the magic find statistic, which is used from eating up those little bits of magic that are produced when you salvage things. So, tomorrow then, what I hope to do is I expect I'll want to try and finish this map. No, never mind. I'll skip that. You really don't need to see a map completion. Instead, I will head down to Keswick's Hills and we'll start working on the second chapter of the adventure guide, because I believe Keswick's Hills is covered in that second chapter. If we check waypoints, Keswick's Hills is one of the maps. Essentially, it's the second human map. The first one is levels 1 through 15, Queensdale, and then 15 through 25 for Keswick's. There are similar, level breaks for the maps for all of the starting races. Some of them will overlap, and they'll all start overlapping from like 35 on. But that's my plan for tomorrow then, is come back, usual time, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, middle of the night in Europe, morning in Asia, Australia, and New Zealand, and we'll be heading down into Keswick's Hills, and we'll be working again towards level 30, the next chapter of the storyline, and again, I will attempt to be covering more of the game systems. Thank you, Miss T. I do intend to be here. So other things that we'll be looking at, let's see. Don't need to make any wardrobe changes. Not using an outfit at present. Gliders, you don't get the glider, at least under normal circumstances, until you get to Heart of Thorns. Mounts, we now have, I've been using the Raptor, which a new player will also have available to them, at least for, I believe, 10 hours of game time, after which you would have to make a purchase, I think, of an expansion. But it might just be gems would be enough to unlock it permanently. The other mounts are unlocked. These 3 in Path of Fire, the Griffin in Path of Fire, the Beetle mount in Living World Season 3, Chapter 4, I think. The War, what the hell's the name? The War thingy. Sorry. Either in World v. World or in Janther Wilds. The Skyscale at the end of Living World Season 4 in the Turtle and End of Dragons. So what we'll be working on then, we'll be trying to make more of our dueling spec. Note that the highest tier are the most important and significant to the build craft.
Armored up.
We will then go back to training more of our skills.
Greetings.
We'll continue with the story.
Eat my
Traitor to the Queen. Might do a little more crafting. Wouldn't count on it. And we'll be chasing Adventure Guide Volume 2 and hopefully finishing that off. Again, I want to thank you guys, as always, for hanging out. I appreciate it very, very much. Back tomorrow, and hopefully you'll see me soon. Have a great rest of your Tuesday evening or early Wednesday morning. Take care, and ciao for now. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.